What's going on, people? Welcome back to Curtis Shaw TV, back with another live stream. Today, we'll be going through the latest Arsenal transfer news and also the build-up to the game as the international break finally finishes in the next couple of days, although Arsenal don't actually play until next Monday, so we still got to go through the weekend. Big up to everyone for tuning in. Make sure you slap that like button. I don't think I can use the Chris Rock joke today. It feels bad. Nobody felt sorry for Chris Rock in the whole situation, you know. Everyone's like, oh, poor Will Smith, he's having a breakdown, you know. Yo, Chris Rock, the man slapped the man on stage, bro. What about Chris? Everybody really does hate Chris, eh? Maybe it wasn't just the name of the TV program. But we're not going to talk about that too much today. We had a good chat about that yesterday. Big up to everyone in the chat. Hope you're safe and well, enjoying this Tuesday as the international break comes to a close, people. And yeah, before we start the show, actually, do you know what? I've been running around all morning, and I just saw online it's a year to the day that Claude passed away. How quick has that year gone, by the way? That just seems like a few months ago, man. Doesn't seem like a year. So I think it's only right I start the show by, you know, speaking on Claude and wishing the best to his family. And yeah, man, what a guy he was, man. And he was a huge loss to the community, that is for sure. Massive Arsenal fan, and it was just sad. It was sad the way he went, man. It shouldn't have ended like that, to be honest. But yeah, Claude, shout out to Claude. You know what? I think Claude would have been proud of what the team were doing right now, and the, you know, Claude was a passionate guy. He just wanted to see the team give everything. So I think he would have took pride in what he was seeing in the team right now, man. So shout out to Claude, man. Claude was a real one, I can't lie. Big up to Claude. Proper gooner, 100%. Damn sure proper gooner. Great character as well. Great character. And a kind person, man. Let me tell you, that brother, he would give you his last pound, you know. He was one of them guys, man. Proper genuine guy. So yeah, shout out Claude, and thoughts go out to him and his family, of course. Let's talk Arsenal, people. Let's talk Arsenal. Bits and bobs flying around today. Nothing too major, but there's a few interesting points to talk on, and we'll speak on them, people. So let's talk about Nicolas Pepe, as we always seem to. He's done an interview on international duty, and he's being asked about Arsenal and his future and what's going off and his lack of game time and how come every time he's playing for Ivory Coast, he performs, he then comes back to Arsenal and doesn't kick a ball. He's come out with this explanation. He said, I'm focused on how well we do until the end of the season and the club's target, which is getting into the Champions League. Then we will see what happens. I mean, he goes on to say, I'm just going to read a part of the interview out to you. I won't go through too much of it. He said, it's an honour to play for Ivory Coast. The most important thing is to enjoy your football. That's something I'm able to do when I get a chance to play. He said, it happens at international level, but isn't happening at club level. It's frustrating for me not to play. No player enjoys it when the coach doesn't pick you. He then goes on to say, the coach knows what I think and how hard I'm working. He said, it's not easy to communicate with the language barrier. And he admits that he has struggled as he doesn't speak fluent English. Also said he hasn't completely settled in London, and said it's been difficult for him for the lack of game time. So, listen, he's clearly having a problem here. I've said before, and I've said it again, I think the easiest way to adapt as a footballer is to be on the pitch. It's amazing how when you're playing, all those other things won't bother you as much. When you're not playing, they become a big problem because you're not happy. No footballer is happy when they're not playing. And I think that Mikel, I mean, it says here, and I don't know if this is true, it says that Pepe hasn't started a Premier League game since October. I mean, I don't know if that's true, but it says it in the article on goal.com. Pepe hasn't started a Premier League game since October. He clearly is not trusted by this manager. He hasn't adapted by the sounds of it. Still doesn't speak fluent English. Says he hasn't adapted to London properly. And I think Pepe will leave Arsenal this summer. I really do. I think he will leave. I've said many times, I think there's a talented player there. You can see that he's got ability and talent, but ability and talent is not enough. We've seen that with Ben Arthur. We've seen that with great players like that in the past. In terms of natural ability, you've got to have more than that. Do you have the mindset? Are you ready to... Can you live in this country, you know? Like someone just said there, he's been in England for 2.5 years. And now, listen, I don't speak another language fluently, but you would expect him to speak decent English after 2.5 years, with the amount of free time that he would have. And I do, like Penalty Spot saying, I think it's a real shame because you think about the excitement when we signed him, you think about the celebrations. I remember him ripping Luke Shaw to bits at the Emirates and thinking, wow, this guy can be a world beater. It just hasn't happened for him. I think, unfortunately for him, you've got to remember one thing, people, about Nicolas Pepe. In fact, let me just go into Granit Xhaka mode because I'm thinking here, why are these comments just flying in? I can't keep up. We're not in Granit Xhaka mode. Let me slow it down, people, because I'm missing a lot of your comments. I think the interesting point with Nicolas Pepe, the manager that signed him didn't want him. Unai Emery was given him. He wanted Zaha, he was given Pepe. So straight away, you're coming through the door without the manager really wanting you. He's been given you, you know. And then second of all, he clearly doesn't fit into Mikel Arteta's system. I've always said it, and I've said it time and time again, Mikel Arteta wants possession-based wingers. Nicolas Pepe is a counter-attacking winger. Lille played counter-attack. He played a little bit more central for them. And listen, one thing I'll say about him, he can finish. You get him in front of goal and he can finish. But we don't use him in that way. He's going to want Saka for his work rate, his endeavour and things like that. So I think it's a shame. Two questions really to you guys in the comments today. Would you sell Pepe this summer? Or would you try and give him another season? Do you think if we're in Champions League or Europa League and there's more game time, that you can give him more game time and still get something out of him? Or is it time to cash in your opinion? And second of all to that, if you're going to sell him, how much do you think Arsenal could get for him? We paid 72 million. I don't even think we'd get half of that for him. I don't even think we'd get 30 million for Nicolas Pepe. I really don't. I think we'd struggle. Because he's on 130 grand a week. So to sell him and him to get those wages, he's got to go to a big football club. And I'm not sure any of the big clubs would really want Pepe. I think he would be in that second bracket of clubs that would be looking at him. Big up Sal, who said, big up Big C, driving at the moment, just pulled over. Hey, drive safe, bro, drive safe. Dre said 25. Yeah, maybe we could get 25, especially if we give someone a nice repayment program, you know, a little Klarna deal to make it a little bit more achievable. Elise in or go bigger for Rafinha. That'd be interesting. Maybe you could swap him. Kailash said, big up Big C, watching the stream while travelling by bus, standing up. Hey, man, it's never nice having to stand on the bus. I can't lie, man. Big up Kailash, man. Be careful, man. Tari said, keep him for depth. Drew said, did he ever have a consistent run of games? Don't feel like he did. It's one of them situations when a manager, and I'm sure you've been in these situations before, people, where you're in a job or you're in a situation where for some reason the manager don't really check for you. You know, you don't know why, but they don't really check for you. Sometimes you've got to work twice as hard to get somewhere where somebody can get to quite easily, you know, and I feel like that's the case for Nicolas Pepe. You know, he's got to tear the place up to get in the Arsenal team, and unfortunately he's not able to do that. You know, sometimes it's harsh. He came on against Wolves, changed the game, still didn't get a chance. But let's be honest, Saka's been our best player, probably for the last year or so. So he isn't going to displace him. And then obviously on the left-hand side, Martinelli and Smith Rowe have kind of taken that position. So how does he get in the team? Some people saying he could play through the middle, but I just don't think this manager would trust him. Big up Latte, he said, I believe Pepe and Saliba are gone. Arteta tyranny. Oh, man. Saliba is the one I can't accept. If Pepe goes and you replace him with somebody more suitable, I get my head around that. But not Saliba. We can't have that. Penalty Spot said, best to let him go. Even as a sub, Arteta isn't happy with him. I think we get 27 to 32 million. As I've said many times with Pepe, I think he's good to bring on if you're trying to win a game. If you're trying to close a game out, he's not a good winger to bring on. You saw that against Villa. Barca wants Rafinha. Curtis, wish we could get him. I saw that, Joe. Is it Laporta did quite an in-depth interview, and he said about Rafinha, how much they like him. So I think Rafinha ends up at Barca. Gaitan said, not speaking the language after 2.5 years says it all. It took me 1 year to be able to communicate properly, and I work 48 hours a week. It's a tough one, that, because having never learnt a language fluently, how can I really tell him how long it should take him to learn it? But I think from the outside, fans would expect him to learn English in 2.5 years. Let's get the first poll of the day up. Would you sell Pepe this summer? As I've said before, I like him. But if we hit Champions League and the door opens on certain other wingers, Gnabry's and Sterling's and players like that, then I'm taking the hit. I'm taking the hit on Pepe. What we have to do now is not get caught up on emotion of players. You know me, people, I was a big fan of Aubameyang, but they felt he had to go. And we can't hold on to players because they might turn up once every 3 weeks, 4 weeks. So I think we've got to be ruthless this summer. And if we can get a better winger in, then I would take the hit. I think when you've got Smith Rowe, Saka, Martinelli, there's 3. I think you get the 4th one in, and I think we're good there in the wide areas. I think we need a winger that can score goals. So the poll's up, people. Johnny said, move on. It's not the end of Arsenal if he goes. I mean, let's be honest. We've got to be totally honest. If Pepe was to leave this summer, you would have to say, whether it's his fault or not, that he's been a flop at Arsenal. Let's keep it 100 here. And I like Pepe. I don't want people to think I'm dissing Pepe. He would be considered a flop. He cost £72 million. And for Arsenal, 72 million is different. Chelsea, Man City, they can drop 72 million and just brush it away. 72 million for Arsenal is incredibly expensive. It hasn't worked. It hasn't worked. I think every Arsenal fan looks at Pepe and thinks, there's talent there. There's talent. But there's not enough consistency, and that is the problem. So, yeah, I think he'll have to go. If we can get a decent offer for him and we can upgrade, I think we can move on. Anthony said, I hit the yes button quicker than Will hit Chris. Oh, man, Chris Rock. I'm telling you, Chris Rock, don't have this. I see that Chris Rock ain't pressing charges. Chris, if I was Chris Rock, I'll stay calm. I'll ring Will Smith. I say, listen, Will, I'm going to send you my bank details. You drop a large figure in that account, and this all disappears. If there ain't a large figure in that account, I'll see you in court. If I'm Chris Rock, I'm not having it. Will Smith got to drop a couple mil in that account. The apology online, that ain't enough for me. You were publicly embarrassed, bro. Will needs to drop a check in that account. Chris Rock, man, nah, you need to demand something off him. But hey, let's move on from Chris Rock anyway. Jashar said, I heard the only English Pepe knows is Megs. Nah, man, why are you doing him dirty like that, bro? He ain't even on the pitch enough to nutmeg people anymore. That's the sad thing about it, man. Elliot said, big up, Curtis. I love Pepe, but with better wingers and Champions League out there, we have to take the hit. 100%. 100%. We're going to a next level next year. We can't sit around and you know, the levels have to go up next season. Same as Lacazette. Levan said, Curtis moving like the mafia, bro. Chris Rock should have thrown hands back. Let's be honest. He should have thrown hands back, but Will Smith, you know, he knew he could do that. But Chris Rock, yo, make sure he drops you a check, man. I'm telling you, he can't get away with that. What's the lowest you'll take for Pepe? Absolute minimum. I mean, I'd like to think we could get 25, but 20 and some change, 20 million and 5, or 20 million and 2, 3 million in add-ons. The longer you keep him, the lower the figure's going to go, because he's not rated in football right now. Let's keep it a buck. Dre said, Curtis, it's marketing, bruv. Chris Rock is going on tour with Kevin Hart. This just adds to the excitement. Can you imagine that tour, how quick that's going to sell out? Was it even real, people? Was it even real? His special tickets tripled in one day. Yeah, he's calm, innit? He's calm. Do a swap deal for Pepe? Yeah, if you go, maybe you could swap him. Maybe Lille would take him back. You never know. You never know. Maybe they would take him back. Right, we're talking about a goal-scoring winger. And we're being linked with one. I'm hoping some of you guys will know a little bit more about this guy than me. I can't lie, people. I can't lie. I've seen this guy play live once or twice. The majority of my background check has gone on YouTube and FIFA. Because this guy's got some mad cards on FIFA right now. So that's all I know. And a bit of YouTube background check that I did before, people. Arsenal are in pole position to sign PSV Eindhoven forward Cody Gakpo. PSV are hoping to smash their record fee received for a player, which is currently 40 million euros they got for Hervin Lozano. Now, I'm hoping some of you know about this guy a little bit, right? If anyone's watched this guy, especially in live games on TV, whatever, let me know what this guy's about. I've read some reports, watched a few YouTube clips, but, you know, I remember Sonogo looked good on YouTube until I realised he was a postman. Let me know what he's like, people. We'll talk about his stats, his age, and a few bits and bobs. Jeffrey said Gakpo is the real deal, I'm telling you. But then Heaven Angel said he is overrated. Gunnar Colt said our manager has dropped Pepe's value to next to nothing. He is going to go somewhere in France or Italy, make us look like fools when he scores 20 goals. It'll be interesting. Mastermind said 50 million loss for Pepe. I think we will. 40 to 50 million we'll lose on him. Johnny said the reliable FIFA. Hey, if you need to know how good a player is, check out his FIFA stats if all else fails. He's got a nasty future stars card. He's rapid as well. Even Nketiah would look good in the Dutch league. Boy, that's harsh. He didn't look good in the Championship, I'll tell you that. 16 goals and 15 assists this season. From what I've seen of him, and from the reports I've read, he's a left-footed winger who can also play through the middle. 30 goal contribution in all comps this season, 22 years of age, turns 23 in May. Amazingly, this guy, I mean, he's got 4 years left on his contract. He's on £7,000 a week. I know I'm saying that in a way, you know, we'd love to be on £7,000 a week, but from a football point of view, £7,000 a week. I mean, Arsenal might just pay him cash in hand on £7,000 a week. Just take out the till inside the Emirates, you know, at the bar or something. £7,000. Light work for Arsenal. Just offer him 45 grand a week. He won't believe what's going off. 7 grand a week. Renarson's on 40 grand a week. So, people saying he's right-footed, not left. Apologies. But how good is he? Let me know, people. A lot of people online are excited about him, but I got to be honest, half of them have probably never seen him play. So let's be real. Payan said, I'm from the Netherlands, and trust me, he is a baller. Only thing is, he is a bit weak, and I don't know if he's physical enough for the Premier League. Interesting. Will he have the strength? Brandon said, big up Big C, leave Pepe on the loan. I got on the pitch after 3 years playing right back for my work team. I got done for. I need conditioning. It happens to us all sometimes, man. It happens to us all. I'm telling you, bruv, cash in hand, they'll just pay him. Just give him a brown envelope with 7 grand in it, you know? Man on Fire's never heard of him. 6 times said, Curtis, we've been linked with him. He's a baller. Yeah, initially he was being linked with Liverpool. I think because Liverpool signed Diaz, I think Liverpool, the last thing Liverpool need is a winger at the moment. They are absolutely overloaded in those positions. Obviously, if Salah was to go, they'll possibly need somebody to come in. Edu Plus said 7 grand a week. Brown envelopes incoming. Just drop 100 grand on his car seat. Man will sign. I'm telling you, just move like the mafia, man. Just drop the money on the seat and say, yo, you're coming with us, man. Joe said, I really like you, Curtis. You're a mixture of all kinds of personalities. We could be best friends, hey. Hey, man, listen. I try, people. I try. Dud said the slap was staged. He hit him in the way. WWE, there was contact, but it wasn't real. Jada was acting. Two actors acting, do you reckon, yeah? Monty said, could have been Pepe versus Saka tonight. Watch along. I know, man. Saka obviously not in the squad. I'm thinking whether I do a watch along for that tonight or not. We could still get Pepe against Smith Rowe. Smith Rowe is back in training with England. So we could still get Pepe against Smith Rowe, which would be something to watch. I'll see. I really don't like doing watch-alongs for England friendlies. I just have no enthusiasm for them. But I'll see. I'll let you know. Maybe we kick off on Twitch tonight. That could be a good way to just calmly get started on Twitch. Look out on the community page later on, people. I'll keep you all updated. Make sure you follow me on Twitch. Big up South London's finest. Link in the description. So, you know, if we go on there later on, make sure you're following. And, yeah, over 1,000 of you in the chat already. Great support. Smash that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Daily uploads. We'll be doing watch-alongs this weekend. I haven't really looked who's playing in the Prem. Obviously, Arsenal is Monday Night Football, so we'll be doing that. Maybe we'll do Man United Leicester on Saturday and Sunday. Maybe we do. Yeah, we'll have a look. We'll do a game over the weekend, Sunday as well. Oracle said, big up Curtis. Cody Gakpo is an excellent player. He can play in any position in the front three. Would be a great replacement for Pepe if we move him on in the summer. Big up to you for the insight, bro, and the super chat. Appreciate that. Tari said, you're right. We need new midfielders. We have Mouldy Potato, Milner, and Henderson, and Breadstick Cater. I honestly don't rate Cater at all, to be honest. I've never seen the hype around Cater at 15 million. 50 million, I think he's on like 120 grand a week as well. So, yeah. Oh, people saying the link isn't in the comments. Let me copy that now. I'll throw it in there now, people. Apologies. Because I haven't put a video up on Twitch. If you just search the name, it doesn't come up. They say on Twitch you got to put videos up before you... before they let you just type the name in and find them on the search. So I've just put the link in the description now, people. So it should be there now. But yeah, Cody sounds like a decent player. Here he is. If I speak about Pepe, I'm in trouble. Do you know what it is? My thing with Pepe, though, is slightly different. I think Pepe is a decent player. I do. I think Pepe is a decent player. I think he could quite easily go somewhere else and thrive. But systems have a massive impact on players. And this is what I always say to people. Football has changed now, you know. Back in the day, I feel like there were less tactics. Everyone played 4-4-2 with two wingers who crossed the ball, two centre mids, one could tackle, one could pass, two strikers, and everyone played very similar. The game has changed now. You know, some managers want wingers that can score 20 goals. Some managers play counter-attack. Some are possession-based. The game's way more tactical now. And, you know, Pepe was an absolute baller in the French league. But he could be a one-season wonder. We've seen this before, people. You know, they rip up a bang-average league, come to England, and they get exposed. But I do actually think Pepe's a decent player. I just don't think Arsenal suits him under Mikel Arteta. I feel like if he'd have been at Arsenal when we had maybe Arsene Wenger would have got more out of him, to be honest, because we attacked a little bit better then, although he liked possession as well. But yeah, a Crystal Palace, a Newcastle, somebody that hit you on the break. I think he'd suit West Ham. I think West Ham could be a good move for him, but I think he will leave the Premier League, to be honest. But I think a team like West Ham on the counter-attack, Bowen, Pepe, Antonio, that would have been a better club for him. But big up Fran for real, man, each and every time. I just think no matter how hard Pepe tries, Arteta won't play him. He's not having him. He don't want him. Just no connection there. You can see it. Wenger would have improved him. I think he would. Leicester is another one. Counter-attack, Vardy over the top, you know, that kind of thing. Pepe was our second highest contributor last season, playing half a season. Come on, Curtis, it's Arteta not playing him. How does it not suit him? Got lots out of him when he had the chance to play. False narrative. Has he ever really got lots out of him though? You know, he's put up numbers. He's put up numbers, but I'm not sure we've ever had. Have we ever sat here and gone, yo, man, Pepe's on fire. He's on fire. Like, he keeps... You get a good game out of him, then he has that average game, then he probably gets dropped, then he's out the team for 4 weeks, then he comes in. It's like it's just like a circle. I like Pepe, and he's probably had to do a little bit more than what other players have had to do to get into the team, but it just hasn't worked, It hasn't worked for him. And it's sad because I like him and I do think he's a talent. But you know what? He'll probably go and rip England apart tonight. Wouldn't surprise me if he plays against... Who will play left back for England? Luke Shaw or someone? Wouldn't surprise me if he rips him apart. Graham said, Curtis, I think we need to take a risk on a couple of lesser players before they become even better. Arsenal will need to buy a few lower value players in order to boost the squad numbers. The interesting thing will be, will we keep any of the players who've been loaned out? Because if we're in Europa League and Champions League, I think we're going to have to add 5 or 6 players to this squad next season, because our squad is too small. You look at the bench at the moment, we do not have the depth for all. There's not enough there. Ghana v Nigeria watch-along. Is that tonight? That'll be a big game, that. I don't think I'll do a watch-along to it, to be honest, because I believe it's an earlier kickoff and I've got a few things to do. Yeah, it's a 6 o'clock kickoff, so I won't be available to do that one, unfortunately. All right, let me end this poll. Let's see what you were saying, people. End the poll on the would you sell Pepe? I think the answer will be pretty clear. Most of you would. I know a lot of people do like Pepe, though. I can't lie. There are a lot of Pepe fans. 70% say yes, you would sell Pepe. 30% say no, you would keep him. So I think the fans have spoken. You would let him go. Curtis, what about Reece Nelson? For me, Nelson ain't first team level at Arsenal. Got to be honest. Got hyped up in the 23s. They said he was better than Sancho, but I just haven't seen it. Maybe he's improved in Holland. I don't know, but the Nelson that left Arsenal was not good enough for me. Yeah, we might do the England-Ivory Coast one. Like I said, if we do it, it could be on Twitch, just to get that underway later on, people. Links in the description if you want to tune in for that. Would you take Patson Dakar from Leicester? Probably not. Probably not. Nah, not at the moment. Not at the moment. He might be decent as a backup player, but not first choice. Calvin Phillips, Ward-Prowse, Jared Bowen, still Zaha as well. Listen, I've always wanted Zaha at Arsenal, but the Zaha ship has sailed, man. Zaha will retire at Palace, mate. He's going nowhere. He's 29 now. He's on about 150 a week as well, so he's missed his chance to move. Calvin Phillips, I like. Been injured a lot this season. Ward-Prowse, I've never been too sure with Ward-Prowse. Is he a set-piece merchant or is he actually a very good player? Not sure. Jared Bowen's having a very good season. He would be expensive. And like I said, Zaha, I think we've missed that one. Cody mystified. Young players don't meet potential under Arteta. The Arteta strategy of buy young is flawed, so you're not having it with him. I think it's going to be so interesting this summer whether Arteta has damaged the reputation of Arsenal in certain markets with a certain standard of player. Can Arteta convince a top-level player to join Arsenal if we get Champions League? Or will they look at the treatment of Aubameyang and Ozil and Guendouzi and Pepe and Saliba and say, you know what, I don't like how he treats people, I won't go there? Or will they say, you know what, it's Arsenal, they're in the Champions League, they're building something, I'm prepared to go there. It'll be interesting. So we'll have to see. Patrick Schick is a player we should be looking at. Glenn, a lot of people say that, to be fair. A lot of people rating him. Clement, big up to you, bro, said, yeah, unfortunately, Pepe isn't a fit in Arteta's system. Not to mention he is too inconsistent, meaning 2 good games followed by 2 bad games. Zaha ship is done. Calvin Phillips is too injury prone. Big up to you. I remember reading something about Arjen Robben when he went to Real Madrid. And it said how much, he just didn't fit into their system. I think they thought he was a little bit greedy over there. And there were some big personalities at Madrid at the time. They're thinking, who's this guy on the, just keeping the ball all the time. The man goes to Bayern Munich. They accepted him with open arms. You know what? You're greedy, bro, but you score goals. We'll let you do that. You don't have to defend too much because you got Philip Lahm at right back. And the man absolutely tore the place up. So the system, the philosophy, the attitude of the manager, these things change everything at a football club. And I think that's something that has affected Nicolas Pepe. I think he'll go probably back to the French league or to Spain, somewhere like that, and you may see him do well. So we'll have to see on that one. Let's talk about this, people, and I've seen a few of you talking about this in the comments. It is Nacho Monreal. Did an interview where he is talking about Mesut Ozil. Now, I know Mesut Ozil's long gone and he's not part of what's going off at Arsenal now, but I just thought it was a really interesting interview and something that I just wanted to talk about quickly. And Nacho Monreal, who was always, from what I heard, very popular at Arsenal, very... he's one of them guys that trains well every day. We called him Mr. Consistent after a while. I remember initially a lot of people didn't like Nacho Monreal, me included. I didn't think he was very good. But in the end, he was a solid 6, 7 out of 10 left back every week. And Nacho Monreal has said Ozil's problem is that he had problems with everyone. It ended badly with Wenger. He didn't play him in the last few games. Then Emery tried to bring him back and make him our leader. As a person, he was good with everyone, but he also missed a lot of games through injury. Whew. This is what happens, people. You find after a year or two when a player leaves that the skeletons start coming out of the closet. And from the outside, I always thought Mesut Ozil was very popular at Arsenal, although obviously he does say here that he was good with everyone on a personal level, maybe not on a professional level, but they are damning words. He goes on to say, in the second part, he said, to begin with, Emery gave him a lot of confidence and Mesut played a lot, but the coach understood there were other teammates in better condition. Ozil was one of our best players in the team, but they saw he wasn't at the level required. Yo, Nacho Monreal, man, he turned up and just let the whole clip off. I don't know what's going off with Nacho. He's not in a good mood, mate. Man is slaughtering Mesut Ozil, man. I like the honesty, though. I'm not one of these people. I want to hear the truth. We as fans, we didn't like Arsene Wenger telling us all what we needed to hear. Tell us the truth. And I like this. It's wild. It's absolutely wild. Listen, it's probably quite lucky that I didn't start this channel until kind of late in Mesut Ozil's career. And I certainly wasn't doing live streams towards the end of his time because I used to have massive, massive arguments at the Emirates about Mesut Ozil, especially towards the end of his career. I wanted him out of Arsenal. There were people that absolutely loved the guy so much they would never drop it. They always wanted him there. I thought the Mesut Ozil in the first 2 or 3 years and the Mesut Ozil in the last 2 or 3 years were totally different. I thought Mesut Ozil was outstanding when we first signed him. I actually think Arsenal wasted him by not putting an elite striker in front of him in Olivier Giroud. By the time we got a decent striker in Aubameyang, Mesut Ozil was coming towards the end of his career at Arsenal. So I think Ozil, in the end, he needed to go. Nacho's got... I'm telling you, something must have happened. Ozil must have done something to Monreal. Maybe Monreal's wife liked Ozil. Maybe he got his wages. Maybe they said, Nacho, we're going to have to cut your wages by 20k, mate, because we got to give it to Mesut Ozil. Because this sounded a little bit personal. I can't lie. They're very harsh comments to speak about a fellow professional and an ex-teammate. So clearly he wasn't happy with him. Lace Khan said, see you net. Big up to you, bro, in Nigeria. I haven't missed your videos this year. Awesome content, my bro. Big up to you. Appreciate the support. Gunnar Colt said Ozil was a class player who then decided to take a vacation. he was chilling at the end. It became a retirement plan, you know. Arsenal sounded like a bit of a retirement plan under Arsene Wenger. I'll get 300 grand a week. If it's an away game at a crappy ground, I'll say I've got a back injury and won't turn up. You know, he was chilling towards the end, Mesut Ozil. He really was. And I think these were the problems that, for example, Unai Emery faced when he walked into the football club. That you had a dressing room that wasn't together. Sanchez was apparently falling out with Koscielny. I think he fell out with Aaron Ramsey. Now they're saying Mesut Ozil had problems. And it didn't sound like a happy dressing room, you know. It really didn't. Football not soccer said they were good friends as well. This surprised me. The thing is, football is different, man. If you feel like you're being let down by your teammate, and you feel like Ozil is, you know, he's sacking it off, he's not running, he's not training hard enough, it don't matter if you're friends, bro. This is football. This is business. You need to put it in on the pitch, because if you go on a pitch and you don't put it in, you're letting your teammates down, you know? And listen, I respect it. I respect it from Nacho and Monreal. Harsh words, but the truth, man. And football fans, we want the truth. We want to know what was going off. Anthony said Fortnite and the bag ruined Mesut. I just think, you know what? Some footballers, everyone peaks at different times in their career. I think Mesut Ozil's peak was his last couple of years at Madrid and his first couple of years at Arsenal. And I don't think we made the most of that time. Arsenal would have done this time and time again. We've had a player who's at his best. We haven't built around him. And then the player has faded. Same thing with Fabregas. Fabregas was unbelievable. And we didn't have good enough players in certain positions, and he had enough. Van Persie became unbelievable, and we didn't build around him. We didn't sign players around him. We did the same with Sanchez and Ozil and Cazorla. We needed a great centre-back to go and play with Koscielny. We needed a great centre-mid to play next to Cazorla, and we needed a great striker instead of Olivier Giroud. And we never did it. So there was always this narrative that every time a player left, he's a snake. He snaked us. He's not loyal. He's not, you know, this, that, the other. And I always used to say, there's got to be a time where you look at the club. There has to be a time where you point the finger at the owners and say, well, why did he want to leave? He shouldn't have wanted to leave, you know? And I just hope they learn from those mistakes, you know, moving forward. Static said, Curtis, Nacho Monreal, 100% professional at Arsenal. Very good, consistent player he was. I do miss him sometimes. I'm glad we have Tierney. Nacho, Will Smith to Ozil. I'm telling you, man, he weren't having none of it. Man said, don't ever disrespect my team like that again. Keep my team's name out your mouth. Bang! Slap the man down, yes. Although I'm sure, you know what, Mesut Ozil's got so much money in his face, he probably can't hear it. What did he say? Nacho Monreal? I can't even remember him. I'm so rich, I'm on like 300 grand a week. In fact, he's not now, is he? But man said, yeah, Mesut, mate, Nacho Monreal's been dissing you in the press. Man said, Nacho who? I don't remember no Nacho Monreal. I'm Mesut Ozil. I'm a World Cup winner. I'm balling. I'm on Fortnite. I'm chilling. I don't even know who Nacho Monreal is. Nachos and waffles, man. Nachos and waffles. But I do like Mesut Ozil, though. I do. You know what I liked about Ozil? He had some character. He connected to the fans online. And do you know what? I still respect the fact that he came to us when we were on our back. You know, we didn't have a top player at the team. We needed him. We got Sanchez because we had Ozil. You know, he opened the door for us to start getting top players in again. So, you know, I do like Ozil. I do like him. I don't like the way he left and the way he downed tools at the end. But again, I blame the club. I blame the club. He never gave himself that contract. You know, the club gave him 300 grand at a time when he probably wasn't, you know, he shouldn't have got that 300 grand. So, you know, you have to look at the club, man. You have to. Ruben said, I think the prime Ozil needed a striker and a DM. Imagine having 19 assists with Giroud up top. Bro, this guy had 19 assists in like January and never got, you know what I mean? Because Giroud went 15 games without scoring. So, you know, it's mad. You have to remember how good Ozil was, man. You always have to remember what he was. He was a top player. His first assist at Sunderland, I remember that, man. The yellow kit with the collar. Whipped it round to, oh man, what a player. At his best, the guy was ridiculous. He really was. AFTV interview with Ozil's agent is out tonight. Hey, man, yeah, because I think they delayed it, right? Yeah, it should be good. I'm sure he'll have a few harsh truths as well. But yeah, man, we wasted him, in my opinion. We wasted him. He came to us because we paid him 350. MD never came on 350. He came on 130. That was the new contract while he was there. We didn't have to give him that. So you got to blame the club for that. And he did love the club. I don't care what anyone says. He loved the club. Definitely loved the club. So I respect it, man. I respect it. I blame the club. You're right, bro. He was world class when we signed him. He was unreal. Rich said, you're right, Curtis, through mismanagement of contracts, left us in the lurch, offered him the bag. He was never going to turn it down. And I think the story was that contract was going to be offered to Alexis, and Alexis rejected it. What Alexis Sanchez did, this is where he did us dirty. He had a 400k a week offer from China. This is when the China league opened up the money, and he used that as leverage against Arsenal and said, listen, they're offering me 400 grand. You want me to stay at Arsenal, give me 400 bags. They weren't willing to give it him. He went to United, so they were like, we can't lose Ozil and Sanchez in the same window. So they gave Ozil the 350, signed Aubameyang to replace Sanchez, and they felt that's how they could keep it moving. But he down tools real quick. Big C, do you think we can raise 100 million through player sales? No, not in one window. I don't think so, man. I think Ainsley, you would get 10 million, maybe 10 for Torreira. Maybe if you sell Xhaka. Nah, maybe 50 million, not 100. One of my favourite players as a Madrid fan, Ronaldo, was peed off when we sold him. Class record. I think Ronaldo said he's the best creative player he ever played with, I believe. You know, CR7 don't speak like that for no reason. That is for sure. Christopher said, I agree, though, Curtis. We should have strengthened up front when Giroud couldn't hit a donkey's arse. You're not wrong, man. You're not wrong. When are you doing the best Emirates 11? I'm going to do that tomorrow or Thursday. We'll get that done. That should be a good one. Make sure you're all involved with that. We'll have a good debate on that one, people. Yeah, do your thing, people. 1.3k in here. Can we hit 1,000 likes? Daily uploads, watch-alongs, all of that good stuff. Make sure you continue to subscribe if you haven't already, people. Right, one more bit of transfer news, and then we'll get in some comments and start to round up, people. She's stronger than a Tesco bag, people. And Real Madrid, they're interested. According to the Sunday Post, Real Madrid are planning a £50 million swoop for Kieran Tierney, lad. Kieran Tierney. I mean, what do you think about that? First of all, it seems far-fetched to me. I don't really get it. I mean, I've read the whole story here. It says here, Real Madrid are interested in Arsenal's Scottish international left-back Kieran Tierney as they seek a long-term replacement to Brazilian international Marcelo. Marcelo is expected to leave this summer, and Ferland Mendy has not been the success they had hoped for. They've been watching Kieran Tierney for a number of months and are preparing a £50 million offer this summer. Kieran Tierney, mate. Now, I'm trying to weigh this whole situation up. I think Arsenal fans have to understand it. If Real Madrid make that offer, Kieran Tierney's head might turn. I'm not being funny, right? Real Madrid are not an easy team to reject. I know Real Madrid aren't what they were a few years ago. There's no Zidane as manager. There's no Ronaldo, but it's Real Madrid, fam. It's Real Madrid. I know he loves it at Arsenal. He loves the cold weather and all that, but I don't know. That's an interesting. And also, would Arsenal get tempted to cash in at 50 million? He's been injury prone before. I do think now he seems to have got away from the injuries. That is one thing that's definitely improved. But it would be interesting. It would listen, I hope that isn't true, because I wouldn't like to see that offer on the table. Because all of a sudden, Kieran Tierney might say, listen, man, you lot thought I like the cold weather. I want to go to Madrid. So we got to be careful. We got to be careful there. Rastaman said he will melt in Madrid. Maka808 said, we are building something. We cannot be seen as a selling club. We have to do a Liverpool Coutinho and sell for mad money. I'd turn around to Madrid. I'd say, listen, if you want Kieran Tierney, right, come back with 75 million or get out of here, Ancelotti, mate. 75, 85 million or do one. Or I'd just say something stupid. I'd be like, all right, give us Camavinga then and 30 million or get out of it. 50 million's not enough. It's not enough because left backs are not good enough anymore. You look around the market for left backs. Who are we going to sign to play at left back? It's going to cost us 50 million to buy someone who might not even be as good as him. So I wouldn't be taking that. I'm more looking at it from the point of view, would Kieran Tierney be like, I want to leave? That's Real Madrid. You don't turn down Real Madrid. So it's an interesting one. I really hope that offer doesn't turn up. What do you make of this, people? Is it paper talk? Does he get into the Real Madrid team? Is he better than Ferland Mendy? What they're saying here is that fullbacks are good defensively. This Ferland Mendy apparently isn't great defensively. And Marcelo's set to leave this summer. Obviously, he's getting a lot older now. Jashar said, big up Curtis, sell. Kieran Tierney is overrated, so he's happy to let him go. That's harsh. I think he's been quite solid this season without being spectacular. Weedy Marley said, take Jovic and cash. We have Tavares, then we don't have to buy Trashford. Yeah, but I don't think Tavares is good enough to be our first choice, man. Darren said that Mendy is a liability. Doesn't look great defensively. KT out of here, says Dre. You don't see many people turn down Real Madrid. I'm telling you that. So if they turn up, it's a worry for us. China said he is the future captain. Also, he's close to Scotland. I mean, listen, I'm from London to Scotland. It will probably take him 45 minutes on a plane. From Madrid to Scotland, probably take him 2.5 hours. Flying. It's not that much different. I hear what you're saying, but it's not that close. But it's Real Madrid. Do people turn down Real Madrid? I don't know, people. I'm telling you. Big up my bro Akeem. He said 90 million or do one. We are building. It will be a setback. It will. It will. That's the problem. How do you replace him? Maybe you can take Ferland Mendy off them in a straight swap and take cash, but you're downgrading defensively, in my opinion. I don't think that Ferland Mendy is a great defender. 2 hours on a plane is nothing exactly. Wan-Bissaka for 50 million, Madrid can take that. And that's what you got to look at. Wan-Bissaka cost Man United 55 million. And, I mean, you know my opinion of Wan-Bissaka. I think he's trash. So, for me, if they turn up with 50 million, I'm saying to Ancelotti, big man, I respect you. You look like a mafia boss and all that. But you need to, you need to go with that. You can't get Kieran Tierney for 50 million. Come back with 70, 80 million. We know Real Madrid have got money all the time. ST said, yo, Big C, Cucurella, Grimaldo, and Angelino. I mean, Grimaldo, we were linked with him once. Angelino, I remember him at Man City. I didn't like him. I know he's kind of revitalized his career. I think he's in the Bundesliga, right? But I'm not a fan of him. Cucurella's all right. Gets forward very well. I think, as people are saying, I think it's international break trying to fill up the newspapers, man. Mendy is probably the best defensive left back. He's just injury prone. Interesting. Don said, Curtis, Tierney loves to walk and can't walk from Madrid to Scotland, but London to Scotland. I don't know about that, bro. That's a big walk. Christian said, you can't sell a player if you don't have a replacement. Look at us now without replacing Aubameyang. Exactly. We're clinging to the positives of Lacazette, but the reality is he's going to let us down, and he has in certain games. Let's keep it a buck. There's been certain games Lacazette hasn't been good enough. We're just getting away with it because the youngsters have stepped up this year and scored goals. I think we're in the top 4 in spite of Lacazette, not because of Lacazette. And I hope people don't take that in a really negative way, because Lacazette does have qualities that I do appreciate. But the reality is, when you pay 50 million, when you pay someone 180 grand a week, you're paying for more than what you've already got. And I don't believe he's given us more than what Olivier Giroud was. I think he's at the same level. And Arsenal need somebody that can offer us more. So for me, like I've said before, Lacazette, if he helps us get top 4, shake his hand, celebrate him, wish him well. And I think we need to go in a new direction this summer with the strikers. Because if we get Champions League, this squad needs to step up another 15, 20%. You're going to be playing PSG, Real Madrid, Barca. The level's going to change. You know, Arteta was saying the other week, we can't deal with this many games. You're going to have that nearly every week. Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday, travelling. So we have to step the levels up. Big up Guna Gossip TV. Hope you're well. You can't really replace someone like Tierney. He's so determined and committed to the club. He will only get better. And that's the thing. You make a great point there. Tierney's not just simply, oh, he's a good left back. You know, the guy is so passionate about the club. I think a lot of people feel he's the future captain. He's kept himself pretty much injury-free this season. That was one of the things that I always criticised him about. He was too injury prone. Right now, the man is playing on a regular basis. So I think we should keep Tierney. You know, it's very difficult to get a good left back right now. Gunnar Colt said, you are correct, Curtis. Your striker has to score and especially sit as he misses. Lack of threat is a liability. I mean, like I said, I don't want to destroy him. He does have qualities that help us, but he also has downfalls that restrict us. A lot of the time, you see Martinelli hit the byline, looking up to cross it. Lacazette's not there. You know, 4 goals this season is not enough. This could be his lowest ever goal-scoring season. DV said, Big C, I disagree with your comment that without Laka, we would still be in the top 4. Laka's contribution is more than stats. It is, but let's be honest. We've seen games where we've all been frustrated with him. You know, playing so deep, not getting into the penalty area, doesn't shoot enough, you know. We'll see. We've got big games coming up, so we'll have to see whether, you know, it works. It works. We've got Man United, we've got Chelsea, we've got Tottenham. Let's see how he does. Lacazette would be a great number 10. Possibly. The only thing is, has he got that eye for a pass? You know, number 10 got to have that pass, in my opinion. I think that's also why Smith Rowe doesn't play in the 10, because they feel Odegaard has that eye for a pass a little bit better. Lacquer, you prick. I know. Do you know what? I've got to do a best bits, Anna, or something. RIP Claude, 100%. We did say at the start of the show, but I'll repeat it. Obviously, it's a year to the day that Claude passed away. Thoughts are with his family, you know, legend of the community. And yeah, man, I mean, listen, it would be great if he was still here. Like I said, I think he would take some pride in what he was seeing right now from Arsenal. What type of striker do you think Arteta prefers, as he was playing Aubameyang most of the time when he had Lacazette? I think he wants the combination of the two. I think he wants a big man who's got mobility, who can get on the end of crosses, and somebody that can run in behind as well. So as I said, I think he will go for Darwin Núñez, Calvert-Lewin, somebody like that, 6 foot plus, with a bit of pace, can win their headers, can link play, but can still finish at the same time. Christian said top 4 in spite of Lacazette. If he had minimum 10 goals, we would be comfortably 4th, pushing 3rd. Strikers are supposed to score. Lacazette's got 4 goals. As you said, if Lacazette had 10, 11, 12 goals, we would probably be 6, 7 points better off. Them 6, 7 points could possibly have us in 3rd place. We could be 8, 9 points clear of Tottenham. 4th would almost be in the bag. So I do think that's the case, you know. People, thank you very much for tuning in today. Slightly shorter show today. Been on for about 55 minutes. I will be back tomorrow again. We will do the Emirates one probably on Thursday, so I can prepare for it tomorrow. Best ever Emirates 11. So get your teams ready. We'll have a good debate on that. Hopefully, I'll have a collab tomorrow or Wednesday, tomorrow or Friday. I may do an England watch along on Twitch tonight. Make sure you follow me on Twitch. Link is in the description below. And yeah, follow me on there. People, enjoy the rest of your day. I might see you later for the watch along. And make sure you subscribe to the channel. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. And I will see you soon, people. Take care, everyone. Bless.